Okay, so we've got our main body panel laid out with a 3-inch panel on the left and these cut lines made solid and this line made dotted. And we've got a construction line here that's going to help us shape the fin. Notice that this edge doesn't actually tell us anything about the fin except how deep it is. So we're going to start that. So our fins are actually 3 inches by 3 inches. So this distance here is 3 inches, and so is this distance. In fact, that happens to coincide. This air scoop is 3 inches deep, and this fin is 3 inches deep. So we're just going to need to make this line here 3 inches from the top edge of the paper. So we're going to make a margin that is 3 inches. You guys are kind of getting good. Now remember, using a ruler to measure something is really different than using a ruler to construct something that did not exist. Okay, so if these lines already existed and I just had to measure how long they were, that's a totally different skill set than using these lines to create using a ruler to make a layout. This is a new skill set for you, and it's one that rapid prototypers use all the time, so we need to be able to do that. So this fin is going to be 3 inches deep and wide, and this fin is also going to be 3 inches deep. So we need to make a 3-inch margin from this edge too. The only thing is we don't need this line to go onto the main body panel, so we're just going to stop here when we make our fin. Okay? Okay. Those do not look like fins. They look like squares, which is exactly what they are. So let's start from here. Okay. So the fin is going to have this 1/2-inch chunk here. Okay, kind of take it out of it instead of making it a perfect triangle. So we're going to measure a 1/2 inch, which is 8/16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a 1/2 inch. We're going to measure that from the left edge here. Okay. And then we're going to measure 1/2 inch up from that bottom line here. Line it up on the half, mark it on the 0, and then you're going to just connect those two dots, and that'll give you that edge. Make sure the dots are lined up on the ruler, and you draw that line from edge to edge, and then you're going to do the same thing over here. Measure up 1/2 inch, and you measure out a 1/2 inch from the edge here. So you don't want to put the dot here because then you'll connect it here and it won't touch the edge of the paper in the same way. And I know you're probably thinking like, well, what's the big deal if our fins are slightly different sizes? Well, every speck of the paper has mass, and if you put fins on that are different sizes, they're going to be different masses, and it's going to make your skimmer kind of veer off to one direction. Okay, so we're almost done with the fins, and then we're next we're going to start the air scoop.